Hey, what's going on, guys? Richie Fix here, back with another video, and today we get a brand new Player 2 exclusive for Big Bad Toy Store for M. Bison, so we're going to check out those photos, and then release dates are starting to change on websites for pre-orders for Wave 3. Is it coming sooner, or is it starting to get pushed back? Well, we got a lot to talk about. If you are new, consider subscribing, or at least liking the video. Other than that, let's get going. Guys, first things first, we're going to take a look at some of the photos from the 25th anniversary Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Player 2 and Bison. Now, I always say Big Bad Toy Store exclusive, and then I'll have a few people that say, oh, it's not exclusive. I found it on this website, or I found it on that website. Well, that's what the advertisement says. It says it's the 25th anniversary Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. If you find it somewhere else, that's great. But it's supposed to be exclusive to Big Bad Toy Store, according to this ad. So I have to go off that. But taking a look at it, it looks exactly like the original M. Bison. Nothing new here. No additional effect pieces, anything like that. Just strictly a Player 2 option. Very similar to the Ryu in the Walmart exclusive. But very interesting that the Ken in the Entertainment Earth, the White Geek Ken, got an extra effect piece. So I'm not quite sure why Ken got an extra effect piece, but Big Bad Toy Store just got a simple repaint, which that's totally fine. I'm okay with that, but just, yeah, interesting why some are getting more than others. Alright, guys, I chose this next photo here just because it really shows off a couple of the things I wanted to talk about with this Player 2 was the colors. Now, granted, there are a few more additional pictures that I won't be talking about in this video. Like I said, I don't pull every picture just because I don't necessarily have something to say about every picture. So it's not like I'm leaving out any critical things or anything like that. They're just extra poses. So if you want to see some of the pictures I didn't talk about, just go to Big Bad Toy Store and you'll see the different photos. But there's nothing crazy. You're not missing anything. But this photo here, the one thing I liked about this particular Player 2 is the colors. And I mentioned this in a couple videos ago about Player 2 options being a little lackluster just because there have been no colors. We've gotten a Ryu with a gray gi. We've gotten a Ken with a white gi. The only one that's really gotten any color is Chun-Li, and you could say that's just because that's really all she has anyways, but some of these more traditional, some of the male characters haven't been getting a lot of color, so I'm glad they went bright and vibrant with M. Bison. I could even find this Player 2 option online, so I don't know if this is a custom for Big Bad Toy Store, but I could not find this blue and yellow, and I love the black cape. The black cape with the red shoulder pads looks awesome. I don't even care that it doesn't match the current M. Bison. I'm going to be flipping those capes around. I'm going to be mixing and matching on different M. Bisons. And I'm so glad that this didn't end up being like the green and gold. And like one of the more traditional Player 2s that I've seen for M. Bison, just because I really wanted some bright colors to start popping with this line. And that's exactly what we got here. It looks awesome. Alright, guys, taking a look at the next photo here, nothing I really have to expand on the photo itself. It's just another great photo of the M. Bison colorway. But I did want to just kind of bring back up the lack of more additional effect pieces and why the Entertainment Earth got the extra additional effect piece for Ken, but Big Bad Toy Store, who's arguably even maybe a little bit bigger as a toy distributor than Entertainment Earth, it's very close. I mean, I'm not quite sure what the metrics are there, but I feel like Big Bad Toy Store always sells out first. I feel like people go to Big Bad Toy Store first, and then Entertainment is just a close second. But I don't know. Like I said, it could be the opposite way. It could be Entertainment Earth is first, and Big Bad Toy Store is second. I'm not sure. But it just seems, on my perspective and looking at what sells out first, it seems to be a Big Bad Toy Store. But I was very shocked that we didn't get any additional things here, but I'm not upset about it because we've already gotten Player 2s that haven't gotten additional effect pieces or anything. We've gotten a red Chun-Li from Target that just got a simple repaint. We got a gray Ryu from Walmart that just got a simple repaint. But it's weird that I'd like to know. See, that's why I would love to get an interview with JUHN. And I'm still trying. I'm always trying to get that interview with JUHN. Hasn't happened yet. I haven't even got a response yet. So if we ever got just a response, that would be lovely. But he doesn't have any social medias either, so I really just have to go through like Jada customer service to try and figure out a way to do it. If you have a way to figure out how to potentially get an interview with JUHN, let me know in the comments below. But That would be a question I'd love to ask. Like, what options do retailers get when selecting a player 2? Do they get the option of adding a player 2 effect piece? Or was that something that you had already made an additional effect piece for Ken because of the San Diego Comic-Con? The Violent Ken got the additional effect piece that they just decided to add it to that Ken? Or what happens there? And kind of that process that goes in there on like what they can choose. Because apparently they have some sort of customization and options in what they can choose. Because Entertainment Earth, JUHN did state, wanted the white gi Ken. Why? Again, I don't know. It's very bland. It's very boring as far as a player 2 color option, but they wanted it, so they got it. And I'd like to know, how the option came to be for this player 2. So, again, we always try for that, but yeah, very interesting that just a simple repaint for Big Bad Toy Store, but Entertainment Earth got the extra effect piece. Coming into the next photo here, like I said, nothing much I can really expand on with the simple repaint colors of some of these player 2s. But as I stated, I believe, at the start of this journey that I was doubling up on all the figures of Jada Street Fighter, I've decided to change that a little bit just because the player 2 options for me, like I said, are great. I do want one of them, but I don't know that I want to double up on all of them. Now, Bison might be one that I want to double up on just because it's such a cool and unique colorway that I do feel like maybe I want 2 on. But as I start to see like the white gi Kens come out and things like that just aren't super exciting, it's like, do I really want 2 white gi Kens? Do I really want 2 red Chun-Lis from Target? Like, I'm maybe starting to go one with single. Like the traditional figures, like the main roster line, then I will double up on it's just really the player 2s that I'm like, maybe I can find just getting one of these. Let me know if that has hindered your opinion on doubling up on some of these, or if you're doubling up on all of them, if you're not doubling up on any of them. But me, as I've kind of seen this line start to roll out and just kind of seeing what's been happening, some I will double up on, like Bison with the color being so unique. That's cool. I might double up on this one, but like White Gi Ken on some of the other ones, like even the Gray Ryu from Palmart, I didn't double up on. It just wasn't enough pop there, enough bang for my buck to really like, oh, I need 2 Gray Ryus. Just one is fine, and that's really all I need. Alright guys, taking a look at the last photo here is just an in-package shot of the Big Bad Toy Store 25th Anniversary exclusive Player 2 Bison. I love that they match the colors of the new colors with the little left cartoon with the actual figure. It's a nice eye for detail. Now, the release date for this figure on Big Bad Toy Store does say October 2024, which is next month. So, a couple weeks away. Does that ring true? I don't know what's going on with release dates. Can you trust them? I have no idea. That's a perfect segue to go into our next topic in Wave 3 and its release dates. Now, in our original video of going over the pre-orders with DJ and Cammy, Entertainment Earth was the first online retailer to announce their, like the big retail. There were a couple third parties that have had, pre-orders up for this wave forever. But as far as like the Entertainment Earth and the Big Bad Toy Stores, they had theirs up first. Now, their release date for Wave 3 did say October 2024. And then Big Bad Toy Store later on in the day announced theirs, and their release date said July 2025. And then eventually, a couple hours later, they did get theirs updated to match Entertainment Earth. Now, as of right now, looking at the pre-order satisfaction dates for Entertainment Earth, Cammy and DJ now say December 2024. So, couple months pushed back out for those release dates, which is very, very interesting. But Big Bad Toy Store still says October 2024 for Cammy and DJ. So, what does that mean? I have no idea. Does that mean that something happened to Entertainment Earth's shipment? Or is Big Bad Toy Store still not caught up to date with their pre-orders and getting their dates fixed? I don't know who to trust at this point. So, my pre-orders for Cammy and DJ are with Big Bad Toy Store at the moment just because they have the sooner release date. I always put a pre-order online with one of these guys just as a plan B in case I can't find these out in Target stores, just because traditionally Target does get these a couple months before the online retailers. I don't know why that is. The only figure that doesn't ring true with was Chun-Li. They pretty much got those all at the same time. Target got theirs, and then Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store were shortly shipping theirs out right around the same time that people were finding Chun-Li in stores. But as far as the rest of them, Ryu and Fei Long you could find in Target well before they started shipping them out online, and then the same with M. Bison and Dalsim. And Ken, the same thing. But it's so weird. I have no idea what's going on with Wave 3. Wave 3 is like up in the air. It's been a wild card this entire year. Now, JUHN did state towards the start of this year that they were going to release 6 figures of new figures, not counting like the Player 2 and the SDCC exclusive. So that would be Ken, M. Bison, Dalsim, Guile, Cammy, and DJ. But with Guile, they have Guile listed on Entertainment Earth for January 2025, where Big Bad Toy Store says Q4, which if you're not familiar with the quarters, Q4 is October through December. So if I was a betting man now, seeing the release dates getting update on Entertainment Earth, and I am going off the assumption that maybe that Big Bad Toy Store has not updated their release dates yet, and I don't know if that's going to be a thing, but just something to keep an eye out on. That September for Target release date for DJ and Cammy, it looks like I'm going to be wrong on that one. I don't know what's going on with Wave 3, but we just can't seem to get these figures out. And there's just not like a set timetable yet for these things. So I am going to go off, though, like the October release dates, that I feel confident that October is probably going to be the month that we see these in Target. But again, like I said, seeing the pushback on the Entertainment Earth, maybe that goes into November and December that you start to see that in the Target. And then Guile for 2025 is nuts. So, and that's where I start to fall into that. Like I said, I don't mind waiting because I understand that, you know, they're at a fine pace in releasing these figures, especially with these little Player 2 fillers that they keep dropping. But that's where I get to the little bit of we are not finishing this entire roster out by the end of 2025. Unless this was just a total, like, a Wave 3 issue and that all the rest of the ship starts sailing smooth as far as releases for the rest of the figures, I cannot have confidence that the rest of this, the whole roster is released by the end of next year. Especially with Guile now starting to tip and teeter-totter into next year. I don't have faith that that's going to happen. Now, they could really clean things up and get things going and have it. It could definitely still be a possibility. But this is, with the Wave 3, traditionally was supposed to release in third quarter. Like in summer, according to JUHN. Like through past podcasts. That's where the slated expectation was. Now, I'm sure things happen, and, you know, they do happen. It's a toy company. Nothing runs smooth. It never does. And that's bound to be expected. But just seems like Wave 3 in particular has had some technical difficulties with something. Whether it's sculpts, whether it's manufacturer, whether it's the shipping overseas, I don't know. But Wave 3 definitely seems to be having some issues. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out on those release dates. But as of right now, Entertainment Earth has DJ and Cammy for December, Guile for January 2025, while Big Bad Toy Store has this particular and Bison for October, along with DJ and Cammy, and then Guile is just listed in some vague Q4. So that could be anywhere from October to December. I'm fine with that. But I just wanted to give you an update that Entertainment Earth has slated theirs back. So, very, very interesting. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with Wave 3. I'm fine with it. It's just I would like a little bit more clarification. We need an interview from JUHN. But maybe all things will be answered as October San Diego Comic-Con is coming up. I'm sure JUHN and Jada will be out there. And maybe we can get these things figured out once and for all and kind of figure out and really pin down a release date for these things. So I would love to get an interview with JUHN. Still trying to do that. Just haven't had any luck. He doesn't have any social medias. I have to basically reach out to Jada's customer service and keep asking if there's any way I can get one. I haven't got a response yet. So one day it'll happen. But today is not that day. And we wait for San Diego. We wait for New York Comic-Con. New York, I'm pretty sure I said San Diego earlier, but it's New York Comic-Con in October, and I'm sure all things will be figured out. So, guys, that's all the news I have for you. Got a little bit longer at the end here, but I found it interesting that now we're starting to see later release dates for Wave 3. So, Very, very interesting stuff. Tell me what your thoughts. Are you getting this M. Bison? Are you passing? Are you doubling up on him? Are you only buying one? What are your thoughts on Wave 3 and where the release dates stand on those? I'd love to hear all the comments, good or bad. Other than that, I'll see you on the next one. Richie Figs, later.